welcome to the Crannie for a night of Hallowen Tales. And here we are, we're actually sitting next, look at this, next to an old fireplace where 100 years or so ago a family would have sat right where we are, listening to Hallowen stories. Maybe that was a member of the family there. What do you think? Looks like it's been here a long time. Would you like a Halloween story?
Yeah!
And I have a new guest for my storytelling for this Halloween evening. Tomchi. Here's our Tomchi lantern. Now, I know most people do a pumpkin lantern, but traditionally people for Halloween in Scotland made a Tomchi lantern. And it's made of a neat, a turnip. He has, you're right. He's got a wee beardy bit, just like me. It's perfect. So, can Tomchi listen to the story too?
Yeah. Welcome, you guest.
Yeah, welcome. Now, we need a story. So here's the story. Once upon a time there was a Halloween house. It was at the end of the street. And in this Halloween house there lived some Halloween characters. There was Clunky. He was a skeleton. Clunky loved to do gardening. Most days you would find him outside in the garden planting vegetables or looking after the flowers. And then there was Spook. Can you guess what she was? She was a wee ghost. Spook, well, she was brilliant at fixing things. If anything broke in the house or stopped working, Spook was the one who could fix it. And also living in the Halloween house, there was Maggie. Maggie was a wee witch. Now Maggie, the wee witch, was a fantastic cook. She made amazing meals and she loved and enjoyed cooking. She had a big black pot called a cauldron in which she made delicious casseroles and soups. And what Halloween house would be complete without a black cat? Sylvester, the black cat, also lived in this Halloween house. Well, Sylvester the black cat was very good at relaxing, and he taught everyone else in the Halloween house how to relax and meditate. And finally, we mustn't forget Incy. Any guesses what Incy was? Yep, a spider. Well, I wonder if you can guess what Incy loved to do. She liked to keep things tidy. She made sure the house was clean and tidy and there was no flies or bugs around. So everyone in the Halloween house had something they loved to do. Everyone had a different job that they liked doing. They helped out each other doing different things. Maggie wasn't always the one that cooked. Sometimes Incy cooked. Clinky wasn't always the one in the garden. Sometimes Maggie liked to do the gardening. But they all worked together, and that's what made it such a nice place to live. And one of the times they loved most was, of course, Halloween. Well, as Halloween approached, Clinky said, let's make a Tomchi lantern. I mean, Halloween's not really Halloween without a Tomchi lantern, is it? I know these days people make lanterns out of pumpkins, but in the Halloween house, they like to make tumsy lanterns. And to make a tumsy lantern, you need a turnip, a neep. And guess what? Clinky had planted a turnip seed, which had grown into a delicious looking turnip just under the ground. I know, he says, I'll go out to the garden and pull the turnip, and we can carve it out, and Maggie can make delicious turnip soup, and we'll make a tumsy lantern. So Clinky went out, and he pulled the turnip, but it just wouldn't come out of the ground. It had grown and grown and grown and grown so big, it was too big for Clinky to pull out by himself, and so he called out, "Help, please," to Spook. Well, she heard Clinky. "Please, can you come and help?" Well, she loved fixing things, of course. She thought, "I can fix this." And so she rushed out, and Spook the ghost put her arms around Clinky the skeleton, and Clinky the skeleton got hold of the turnip, and they pulled and they pulled, but they couldn't pull it out the ground. Who can they get to help? "Maggie, will you come and help us pull the turnip out of the ground, please?" And she was cooking. "Oh, of course," she said. "Wait, I'll just turn this down." And she ran out, and Maggie put her hands round Spook the ghost, and Spook the ghost put her hands round Clinky the skeleton, and Clinky the skeleton got hold of the turnip, and they all pulled together. Heave, heave. But they couldn't pull the turnip out of the ground. Who else? Who else could help? Of course, Sylvester the cat. Sylvester was quietly meditating when he heard his name. "Sylvester! Sylvester!" shouted Maggie. "Will you come and help us pull the turnip out of the ground?" "Okay then," said Sylvester, and off he went, and Sylvester put his arms around Maggie the witch, and Maggie the witch put her arms around Spook the ghost, and Spook the ghost put her arms around Clinky, and Clinky got hold of the turnip, and all of them pulled together. Heave! Heave! They still couldn't get the turnip out of the ground. Who else could help? Any ideas? Incy, but she's so small and tiny, not very strong. "Well," said Incy, who'd been watching what was going on, "I might be small, and I might not be very strong, but I'll do my best." And so Incy came out to help, and she put her 8 arms around Sylvester, and Sylvester the cat put his 2 front arms around Maggie the witch, and Maggie the witch put her arms around Spook the ghost, and Spook the ghost put her arms around Clinky the skeleton, and all of them pulled together. Heave! Heave! Guess what? This time they were able to pull the turnip, the neep, out of the ground. And so even though Incy was small and not very strong, she made a difference. They could pull the turnip out because they all worked together. Everyone did their best. And I know that spiders and cats don't really have arms, do they? It's legs. But in the story they used them like arms. And so they were able to make a perfect tumsy lantern. A very nice tumsy lantern that likes to go to storytelling in the Crannie in the Canongate. Well, that's one of my wee Halloween stories. Maybe you could draw all the characters in the Halloween house. And maybe you could even draw the Halloween house itself. What would a Halloween house look like, do you think? Maybe you could draw them, decorate your house. Or maybe even you could decide there are other characters in the Halloween house. It's up to you. Or go to Cranston Street and look at the windows of the Crannie. Wow, they've got great ideas for a Halloween house and they do lots of great things all year round. You should check it out. And maybe also you could make your own Tumpsy lantern. Wouldn't that be cool? How would you do that? Well, you need a grown-up to help you. And here are some children who want to give you a few tips on how to make your very own Tumpsy lantern.
So today we are going to show you how to make a Tumpsy lantern.
Yeah, a Tumpsy lantern. You might think yourself, what's a Tumpsy lantern?
Well, it's a bit like your pumpkin lantern, but it's more traditional.
I don't know what does that mean. Yeah, Dad, what does traditional mean?
Well, traditional means it's what happened kind of in the old days. Like when I was young, you didn't have pumpkins, you had Tumpsy lanterns. But what is a Tumpsy lantern? We've not answered that question, have we? What's it made with?
Neeps!
Yeah, neeps, turnips. Have we got one?
Here!
Oh yeah, that's a Swede, which is a kind. We couldn't get a traditional neep in the shop, but this will do. It's a different type of turnip, but you know what? That's going to make a great Tumpsy lantern. What else do we need?
3 spoons.
3 spoons.
1 for you, 2 for me. 1 for me.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
I know. We need
a
a
grown-up.
grown-up.
Yeah, a grown-up to help you.
The knives.
Yeah, because it'd be too dangerous for children. It's very, very tough. It's not like a pumpkin. Right, okay. That's me done my best to loosen the middle of it. And so now you can take the cut. Yeah, carve it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, see, is it easier now? Oh.
I'll take that. If you microwave it a bit first, just a wee bit, then it's easier for children to carve it. But it needs a face.
Oh yeah, it needs a face.
Look.
Maybe you can help me with the face.
Yeah.
You want to take it out?
Like a piece of cheese.
Put it in there.
Cute.
Let's see the eye. What do you think?
Good.
Nice. Good.
Got one eye. We need another one.
Oh.
Whoops. Let's just do
He's
that
full.
again. This is how it turned out.
Oh, that's not bad. It
There's
needs
one-
a mouth now.
but
What
there's-
type? Should it be a smiley or crooked or
Crooked.
crooked
There's
mouth? Crooked
one
mouth.
small one and one big one, and then one's upwards and then one's downward. I'm gonna do the mouth.
Take it out. Take it out.
guys.
Whoa! Oh. Oh, where's his hat?
Oh.
We need to put.
There we go. We're getting there.
Oh, these
In the olden days, they used to have
candles.
real candles, but to keep it safe, we have a fake one.
The lantern.
Oh, there's something missing, no?
What?
What?
Strength.
So we have our first Tumpsy of 2020,
Cool.
Tina.
Tumpsy Tina.
He's
Quite scary. Now it's time for you guys to make your own Tumpsy lantern. Happy Halloween!